Here we are just a little bit outside of Silverton at the base of the Alpine Loop, the backcountry byway. We are headed to Mayflower Mine. So that is the adventure for the day, as well as Kendall Peak. And there should be some amazing ghost town mining ruins on the way. And that's the really amazing part. Last mile or so of this road got pretty crazy. Way out in the distance in the valley, you can see the mill. And then as we open things up, you can see the aerial tram towers that brought the ore down to the mill from the mine. That's the whole scene right there, and it is crazy. I cannot believe this. I think we're going to be in for a real adventure up here in all sorts of ways. Because that mountain doesn't exactly look tame either. We survived the four-wheel drive road, just barely. It actually wasn't incredibly rough if you could stay right in the tracks. But boy, it was incredibly steep. First gear wound out the whole way up this road. And now we're up by the mine itself, the mill vastly down below, and lots of cool ruins all around here. So we'll go exploring and then hit some beautiful peaks as well. I am in the middle of this massive mining ruins, and it is a little sad actually, just because I'm sure this was an incredibly beautiful place before it kind of turned into this mining dump yard. But it still has a significant beauty in an eerie way. Human spirit conquered this whole area, and this is what's left. through here. I'm sure they used it in there. Objective. Well, we have just popped up from this saddle between Round Mountain and Kendall Peak, so that wasn't bad at all. Actually, this is a little smaller than it looks, but coming over the saddle was awesome. And man, that view was really cool, so enjoying that thoroughly. Here I come. Staying with Ridge proper, which I would recommend, does have just a little bit of class 4 scrambling right there behind me. Really short, not really exposed, and fairly easy. Lots of loose rock, but still fairly easy, so not a big deal. And now we're just on our way up to the summit. Well, definitely a few deceiving sub-summits, but actually it turns out to be pretty sweet anyway. Great views, look deep into the San Juans, and it looks like this final ridge traverse is going to be really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. Alright, here we are, cranking up the last bit of Kendall Peak. So Carl would like to present Kendall Peak, and it is a cool place, I gotta say. Unbelievably developed though in the old world mining situation. There's Silver Lake down below us, back in behind. And then as we look around, the Wenatchee wilderness is incredible. Deep wilderness here. Long hikes or only access with the narrow gauge if you want to do a slightly easier hike in. And there is Wham Ridge on the left. I believe it's Electric Peak on the right of Wham Ridge. And then further right, another one I'm kind of interested in getting to is Pigeon Peak. So cool stuff way out there for sure. And that's the Wenatchee wilderness. And we're really close to the edge of that right now as well. Another view back down into the basement. And that is the lake with the abandoned mining town, Silver Lake, when that's the way we came up. And this ridge was actually quite a bit more entertaining than I expected. Pretty darn narrow, little bits of class 3 in the notches, but nothing too threatening, although it was very loose. So definitely be careful of that. And then looking back down further, this is the way we drove in the road, which was also pretty exciting, I gotta say. Relatively steep, and then looking across into this beautiful basin here. In the background you can make out Red Mountain, as well as I believe one of those big boys is Sneffels. So, and then a bunch more peaks looking out. More excitement. This is the U.S. Grant Pilot Knob, and Golden Peaks out there. Really awesome, and we'll be certain to visit them again. And we will just get on back down. I think we'll go back down a different way and head on this way and head down this saddle, and then just take the road back on down to the lake and explore a little bit more of the ghost town. We have seen enough of what I'm going to call Silver City. I do not know the real name, but wow, crazy place for sure. All kinds of relics, and it is dangerous too. Nails sticking up everywhere. I'm afraid I'll step on a safe looking piece of wood, it'll break, and then I'll go through and be poked by a nail. So double caution if you're going to go in here, that's for sure. But it is neat. And then look at this. All their dead mining cars right there. Whoa. All right, we'll see you back in town. Wow, not exactly the Hyatt. Probably better than nothing though. Jeez. No, thank you. Alrighty then, I guess it's time to give you the skinny on the whole trip. You probably do want to take the cable. Either way, it's class 2 plus. At least with the cable, you have the cable if you feel like you need a cable. So that's no big deal. And then, yeah, the mine was definitely worth seeing. If you're into that kind of thing, especially. Even if you're not, it was probably the biggest set of ruins, aside from Animus Forks, that I've ever seen. So that was cool, but definitely not the main event. Mount Kendall was very cool, and the Ridge Traverse was awesome, totally skinny, relatively non-technical as well, so just a good time. I kind of did freestyle my way up there and took mining roads past probably a dozen mines. It was insane how much development they had done way up high. You could see the same thing was also true across the valley on the far face, you know, up to 12,000 feet at least. So really incredible stuff, fun trip, and yeah, I'll let you go now. It was relatively short and easy, and the bike is just down here at the bottom of this road. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you on the next one.